All right, hey, welcome back to Car Talks, where I rant, ramble, rave, and word about my thoughts on training, life, and fitness, and thinking a little bit about today, bending and not breaking, kind of building off of doing hard things and why we need to do hard things. And I got an interesting conversation yesterday with somebody. When I look at all 7 of my siblings and myself, there's only been, I believe, 2 broken bones out of all of us. That's 30 years. And really looking at the commonalities, like what happened, right? What led to being kids that were injury resilient. And I think it has to go back to, we did a lot of hard things as kids. We also did a lot of things that would cause us to bend, not break. We climbed a lot of trees. We jumped off a lot of rocks. We made bike ramps out of plywood and cinder blocks. Wow, that rhymed. Okay. But yeah, like being able to understand that, especially kids, they need to do things that are going to challenge them, that are going to put pressure on bones and tissues as a means of growing, right? A lot of times we see parents that will shy away from letting their kids do things that are even slightly dangerous. They've become risk averse and not risk aware. And so being able to understand that we need those things to happen. We need kids and even adults, right? We need to take some risks. We need to engage in some activities that will cause us to bend a little bit and not break. It could be jumping off things, it could be climbing things, it could be, hiking for, a distance that you've never hiked before. Things like that. It builds a resilient mindset, but also builds a resilient body. Bone densities increase after you put pressure on them, whether that's lifting weights, whether that's, like I said, I'm using jumping off of things and climbing on trees as a huge example, but that's just me and I have a bias in that direction. But being able to understand that we want to create those challenging things, because when we bend, we create stressors. Those stressors elicit an adaptation response, and in turn we get stronger. The book, The Coddling of the American Mind, calls this anti-fragile, right? Most fragile things break. We treat them with great care, but humans are anti-fragile. So when we get dropped, when we fall, when things happen to us, we get stronger. And obviously there's a progression in there. It's like you don't start off by dropping a baby off a 1-story building, right? But we can see plenty of YouTube videos where people jump off of 1-story buildings and are fine. But in these small little things, these exposures to things that will make us bend, and kind of cause these stressors that will drive adaptation, we need to go through those. We need to have those in our lives in order to get better, in order to get stronger, in order to be more resilient. So a little bit more of a longer one for you today, but that's just what's on my mind this morning. And until next time, we'll see you in the passenger seat.